I hate myself right now. I literally spent 10 minutes talking and I just realized, oh my God, my streaming isn't on. Oh my fucking Lord. I don't feel like talking again. I haven't gone to StreamYard in a while. I'm not really into the internet stuff right now because I've been working a lot and I totally forgot about the. I looked at the corner and I realized, wait, how do I know if people are watching me? And then I looked on the other corner and it says start stream, or I'm like, oh my God, are you kidding me? I'm just not active on the internet like I used to. Am I trying to say that I've stopped doing internet stuff? Yeah, at this moment I am because I'm busy working, bro. Like I don't care about like internet drama or the Marshall stuff right now. This channel is basically dead at this moment, and it's because I'm working. I'm just fucking working, dude. Work is much more important than streaming, you know? Do I miss it? Not really. I just been busy with work. I have a job that could potentially, you know, that could definitely get me something later on. And yeah, the fuck would I want to? Why the hell would I want to fucking leave a job just so I could come back and do this and I'm not getting paid for it or none of that shit? And plus, if I was getting paid, I wouldn't feel rewarded with this shit because I just feel like this is a lazy shit. You know what I mean? So yeah, I mean, yeah, like my schedule's like this. I work Monday through Saturdays. Monday through Saturdays, not 8 hours. I go like almost close to 12 hours a day. Monday through Saturday, man, you just don't have a life. Yeah, you could say that I don't have a life. But you know what? I said whatever job I was going to get, I was going to fucking work. And here I am. I'm working. Um, I think what's helping me right now with this is the fact that this job isn't like my other past jobs that involved me sweating a lot, being tired, exhausted, carrying heavy stuff all the time, walking continuously, being worried about, making it back safe. I'm not, this job, you get the chance to sit if you want to and all that. And yeah, what makes this job tough is the fact that I'm increasing my work hours big time. So yeah, that's what makes it difficult. And I like that. I like that I'm getting a bunch of hours, you know? But there are a couple things I have to sacrifice in order to make this possible, in order for me to have, sleep and all that and make sure I don't go to work like, you know what I mean? And that is, I haven't played video games. I haven't been on the computer. I don't use the television. Dude, today was the first time in like 5 days or 6 days I turned on the TV. I had to look for the remote. I'm like, where the hell did I left the remote? When did I use it the last time? Oh crap, that was Sunday. Where's the control? I had to look where the hell I left it, and I found the damn thing. Same thing with PC. I just turned on my PC right now. I felt weird turning it on because I'm not on it anymore. Which I'm wondering, why did I get the glasses with the blue light protection? Whatever. I got it anyways. And yeah, it feels weird me being here talking about this. It feels weird being on the computer right now because I'm just so goddamn focused on my job. You could say that this channel is dead right now. It's dead. It doesn't mean I'm shutting this channel down. It just means, brother, I am freaking busy. I don't mind being busy because I'm getting paid. I'm getting paid. And I'm happy and grateful for it. You know? You think I'm going to stop doing this job just so I could come back and do YouTube? No. No. Fuck that. I like to grind. I like to earn my money. And this job pays me a lot more than when I was doing the cookie business. This job right here is guaranteed me I'm going to get a paycheck every week, unlike my cookie business. I don't have to worry about homeless bums getting into fights and all that, or robberies and all that. I don't have to worry about that at this job. This is like the first job ever that I don't come back home sore, stinky, sweaty, none of that stuff. You know what I mean? So I'm happy for this job. It's not difficult. Sure, you got to keep up with the speed, and I still need to work a lot of my speed. And I'm not settling for the speed I have right now. I just want to keep going and going and going and getting faster and faster, faster. You know, practice makes best. Where the cat? And yeah, you know, I just work now. I work all the time, and job isn't difficult. But what makes it difficult is I make it difficult. Why? Because I work Monday through Saturday. I work about 12 hours a day. Yeah, you know what I mean. Told myself next job I'm going to work my ass off, and here I am. But there are sacrifices I have to do. One, no PC like I used to, no gaming. The last game I played was Resident Evil 9, and that was at the time when I was getting 8-hour shifts and all that stuff. So I don't know how I'm going to do with the next game I'm going to play. Hell, I don't know. Who knows? And I also canceled my gym membership. I was going to the gym, but I had to stop going because by the time I get back home, some people are saying, why don't you go to the afternoon thing? I could, but I got to go to sleep. I eat, I go to bed. And I could go to the gym, but the problem is it's not like morning where you have full access to the gym. So you could go there, do your reps, your sets, be there, done. It's not like in the afternoon. Afternoon, people are there. There's a bunch of teenagers there, and they're literally hogging the machines, a group of them, and it just makes you wait and wait and wait and wait, and traffic's a pain. And by the time I get back home, it's literally going to be like, oh shit, by the time I get back home, it's already going to be like maybe 7, 8 o'clock at night after, because I was doing shifts and all that. It wouldn't work because at the end of the day, I would have gotten less than 7 hours of sleep. I need to recharge. I don't like to sleep at all. I dislike sleeping, but I got to sleep because of the hours I'm doing, you know? You just got to rest. You know, I don't want to go home. I don't want to go to work all grumpy and be like, oh, you know what I mean? Right now, I'm like this. I look like I'm tired. Why? Because I did yard work. I was outside all morning. I did backyard work. I did front work. And I would have to say, and this is the part that I talked about at the beginning of this stream, when I discovered that I didn't hit live. So I was talking for nothing. I could finally say that next weekend I could try to go out now. Because the last couple of weeks, every Sunday, I had stuff I had to do. Mainly because of the yard, the backyard. I had to go several trips to the landfill, get my compost, get my mulch. Then I had to look for places to go get my vermiculite and my vermiculite. What's the other one? I forgot the name of it. But I had to gather certain soil ingredients to mix it together. Then I had to grow everything, and then I had to set up. Then I had to go get more mulch, and then I had to put mulch all over the backyard. And then I got sick one time, and then I couldn't do anything on a Sunday. I just wanted to rest and be lazy all day, right? Then next thing you know, next week I wanted to do the backyard, cut the yard and everything, put the trellises to hang the tomatoes. But then I caught some type of bad sinus infection, and I felt tired. I felt fatigued, and I just stayed last weekend at home. This week, I took advantage. Hello, Angela Jacobs. And so today I took advantage. I finally finished up the backyard, which I got to say it's 100% complete. I just need to hang up the last 2 trellis. But those tomatoes are going to take probably, those 2 last plants are like still baby. So they're going to take a long ass time, if not 1 month, 2 months to reach full growth. Everything else is already the trellis is already holding the other tomatoes. So I don't have to worry about it growing and then leaning and all that. So that's done. The backyard is 100% done already. No more worrying, going out, buying stuff and all that. The only thing I could do is just go buy maybe a pot of flower or something, put it there as a decoration and stuff. That's all I need to do. But the most hardest part is done. You know what I mean? And just checking. Has Natalia ever been back? I don't know. That could be you, dude. You probably be Natalia. But yeah, man. And the front yard, dude, I took care of that. It was supposed to be cut like 2, 3 weeks ago, and it kept growing weeds and all that. I took care of that, but the thing was very annoying. I noticed that the trees were growing, outgrowing. I was like, son of a bitch. So I cut the trees, but the good thing, I made the tree smaller, so it was completely naked. It grew new leaves, so it wasn't as bad. And I got that done in 2 hours. Typically, the trees take like 3.5 hours, but this one took me 2 hours. So I'm happy. That was quick. And I cut the front yard and then I did the backyard. So I could say next week, if I don't go out, it's on me. But I could finally do something like go out for a little bit on a Sunday. I don't know where I'm going to go. Downtown LA, Little Tokyo, maybe go to the beach and get myself something to eat. No, I'm not sleep deprived. I was outside in the sun. That's the thing. And right now I was falling asleep over there and I woke myself up. I'm like, no, I'm not going to go to sleep right now. Fuck that. And yeah, I just feel tired because I did yard work. Basically, I was outside with the sun for about maybe, I mean, the temperature wasn't that bad, but still, I was outside doing yard work for like 6 hours. So yeah, I do feel tired. Actually, my eyes don't look that bad. I don't know why the screen. Let me see. No, it's a little red on the corners, but it's not fully red. But yeah, I'm good. Sleep deprived? No, I've been getting sleep. See, and that's another thing too. What did you order from McDonald's? I didn't order anything from McDonald's yesterday. I haven't eaten McDonald's since that live stream I did, which was what 2, 3 weeks ago. That was the last time I ate McDonald's breakfast. But yeah, dude, like speaking of sleep deprived, like I said, I had to stop going to the gym because if I went to the gym in the morning, that's good. But because I'm doing OT, I get back home to a point where I only have time to eat dinner and then go to bed. So that the end results of that was me getting up at 2 in the morning. I only ended up getting about 5.5 hours of sleep. I can't do that. I felt sleepy when I was doing that. I'm like, I cannot fucking do that. So I had to cancel the gym just in order to fucking work a lot of hours. You know, how many hours I've been doing now? I could just be doing 40 hours, but I do 20 hours more. This week I did about 61 hours. So yeah. And I could probably push it close to 70 hours if I ended up working OT again today, but I'm like, nah, man, I need to have a small little bit of a life. A small little bit of a life. No, I'm working at one job. The place always offers overtime, so I take the overtime. I take the opportunities. That's why. I'm taking advantage when it's given now. You know? I'm working at one job, but I'm doing OT. I'm over there for 12 hours, 5 to 6 days a week. But I still work 6 days. It's just that tomorrow, which is Monday, I might not stay there for overtime. I might just do 8 hours. But if they need me, then I'll do 11 hours. And I'll do that Monday through Saturday. Your dad's new wife is a thief. That's not my dad's new wife. They've been together since the 90s, dude. They've been together for like 30 years or some shit. You know? Is she a thief? I had a sec to catch up with your vids. Oh, cool. Yeah, they've been together a long time, man. They've been together for the longest. Yeah. You fools want to get and talk here on video, go ahead. I don't care. I'm just going to be on for a couple minutes so I could go eat dinner and then I'll see a show on Netflix and then I'll go to sleep and start my whole work week. You know? But speaking about my dad's wife, I don't feel no anger, I feel no anger or hatred towards her. I don't know. I'm not happy because the only person who will be disappointed is my dad, of course. I don't know, maybe because I've seen how money could change people. And you hear stories about people getting like very like into it when there's money involved with some person who passes away, and I just don't want to be part of that. Yes, I should have gotten the money. And the truth of the matter remains that I don't know exactly what my dad did. I don't know if my father got tricked or got convinced by her that don't worry, if something were to happen, she will give the money to us. I don't know if my father got mad at us to a point that he says, screw you guys, I'm going to change everything. Because I talked about in my live stream how my father got pissed off at us. And let me say it again. Hey, what's up, Booga man? I'm at a car wash. I'm not sure if you're still mostly on YouTube or maybe you switched to Roma permanently, but I will check back on you. No, let me explain that a little bit, and then I'll move on with my dad. I am still active on the internet, but I am not active as I used to, mainly because I got a good job. And I'm grateful and I feel privileged that I got this job, because this is a job that if everything goes great, I could potentially find something in a year or two. You know what I mean? And they're giving overtime, and I want to take advantage of that, because who knows if I'm going to still have that overtime later on. I'm taking a chance to doing that shit. And I still would like to get on the internet, but it's only like most likely on a Sunday now. I don't have time to work on my drawing episodes as of right now because I'm working. I'm just working, YouTube stuff, being on Rumble and all that doesn't pay the bills. My original plan was post videos on Rumble and keep on live streaming on this crappy website. But of course, like I said, I'm focused now about my job. You know what I mean? No, I'm not in a new bakery. That shit got shut down thanks to a brand new health inspector. And it got shut down. I was unemployed for 7 months, and I was able to find this job, and I've been working at this new job ever since. So, yeah. And I've been this way with this company for it's an international company, by the way. I've been in that place for like over 2 months already. Yeah. So yeah. But about my dad, dude, listen. We don't know if my father got tricked by her or got convinced, or he got convinced that she will, fulfill his wish if something were to happen and give me and my 2 other siblings the money that he said he will for like the last 2 decades, right? We don't know. It quite possibly there was money, but because my father got mad at us not once but twice and told us go F ourselves, maybe he changed it there. And then when he finally cooled down, you see, I've said this about my dad. I'm just like my dad. As in, if I were to get really pissed off, I do something really stupid and foolish, and then later on I come and apologize. I've been trying my best, and I think I've been doing a pretty good job by not doing something where I react to it instead of thinking about it and then reacting. You know what I mean? I haven't been doing that at all. So I'm happy about that, because I don't want to be ending up being like my dad, where you do something stupid and then you end up saying, oh, I'm sorry, right? And there's a possibility my father did that when he got mad at us, not once but twice. And then when he finally cooled down, he probably must have been like, okay, I'm going to change this thing back to their names. But then sadly, he passed away and it was too late. And you would think that a woman that's supposed to be religious, Christian woman, I think she's Christian or Catholic, I don't know. I think she's Christian. A super Christian woman who has all this Jesus, crosses, rosaries, Pope pictures, and all that. And you would think somebody who loses it, you would honor their wish, right? And give the money, but decides to keep it. I don't know. But about those 2 things, I pissed off my dad. Well, I talked about it, but let me go again, because I don't really have a life right now. So let's talk about this again. The AI shit is messing things too. I heard about it, but what can you do? People are going to do what they want with it. I remember you saying that your dad was very good to you and took you to Arizona as a kid. Yeah. You do have a life. Yeah, I do have a life at work. But when it comes to outside, not really at this moment. But like I said, now that I completed all what I had to do in the front yard, in the backyard, now I'm done with that shit. I could most likely go outside and enjoy and do something on a Sunday. Not go crazy, but go outside and have fun for once on a fucking Sunday, which it'll be next week. If I don't, then that's on me. You know what I mean? Yeah, my dad was good to me, but he took me to Arizona as a kid. But by law, it was considered kidnapping because he took me without my mother's permission because they were separating. Okay. Those 2 times that we pissed off my dad. Well, the first one, it wasn't our fault. My mother just called my dad and just, well, not call, like, hey, can you pass me the phone? And I did. And my mother had the usual conversation. Hey, listen, if you're going to help your kids to give the money, just make sure you do it. Because if your woman, like, whenever that day happens that you pass and you don't put nothing on your own name or something written or a will, that woman is going to take all of that money and they're not going to give it to your kids because she's this and that. My mother has had this conversation with my dad repeatedly for years. For some odd reason, this one particular time that my mother did it, somehow my dad got pissed off. As in, how dare you say this about my woman? Or I don't know. He just got mad. Okay, get mad at my mom. But why are you getting mad at me and my 2 other siblings? Why are you saying that F you guys, I'm not giving you guys any money? Get mad at my mom. Why are you getting mad at us? It doesn't make sense. I don't know what the hell happened. Anyways, he was cool. We started to talk and all that and everything. All right. It was good and everything. Right. And then the second time we pissed him off, and I would have to say that, no, I'm not to blame for this. What happened was his wife and daughter were going to come over here to California, and they wanted my dad to come. My father didn't want her to go. And then they're like, come on, just show up and you'll see your daughters and your sons and all that. And I think my dad wanted everyone to come and see him. Well, there's a problem there. Everybody has a career. Everybody has jobs. And, my father has had history with my sisters. He was just an asshole when he was. Just because I say that doesn't mean I dislike my dad. I love my dad. But it doesn't change the fact my dad was an asshole when he was younger, especially during the separation of my mother. He was an asshole. All right. And this is the thing I need to tell you guys. All right. It is fucked up if you go and cheat on your partner. If you are not happy and you don't want to fix it, or you try to fix it and it doesn't work out, then separate. Don't go and fucking cheat and use that fucking excuse like that person did in this and that. Now, if you're going to cheat and it's just you and them, okay, go ahead. If you regret it, that's fine. But it hits completely. It's so much worse. If you build a family, you build a foundation of having kids, you build that foundation of having a fucking business, and then you had a good partner, and you decide to go fuck with someone. That is completely different, and it hits so hard than you being, no kids and all that, young, and then you decide to cheat. Okay, cool. Whatever. When you have already a family and all that, that is completely really fucked up. Because not only do you smear yourself, but you ruin everything. You ruin everything. Because I've seen this shit happen all the time. Well, not all the time, but I've heard stories. But I've seen it happen twice. My mother and somebody else. Their partner cheated. It always happens the same fucking way. The kids don't like you. Your kids don't see you the same way. They might love you, but they see you differently for what you did. Okay? Then later on, as years go by, maybe in the beginning, you're like, hey, man, fuck it. It's cool, I have a life now. I have a new partner. Everything's great. But there's a chance things are not going to go great. Then as you get older and older, you become fucking miserable. And then sooner or later, you end up becoming the victim of your own fucking doing by fucking everything up. And as you get older and older, you want to get with your kids, but the chances are your kids may not still see you the same way. Some of them do, some of them won't. For example, that's what happened with my dad. Some of us was willing to see my dad, and I love my dad. I had no problem with him. I would see him and all that. But others in my family didn't. And then they end up that way. It happened to another person too, I see. And I heard about that shit too on the internet. So like I say, if you're going to end up cheating, go ahead or break it up. And if you cheated and you think it was a mistake, that's okay. Just don't repeat it again with somebody else. But it's extremely fucked up and it hits differently. It hits harder if you have a family that you build and you had kids and you had a good partner, good husband, good wife, or whatever your sexual preference is, and you decide to go cheat because you got bored. You know what I mean? That is the most lowest fucked up thing you could do because it affects not just your wife or boyfriend. It also affects your kid's life. And then when you get older and older, homie, you're going to end up being a fucking victim. You're going to be miserable, most likely. Okay? Maybe some don't have to deal with that, but trust me. You know what I mean? Me, on the other hand, motherfucker, I remember I fucking took my friend's girl, and this was me back when I was fucking like 17 years old. I still feel fucked up to this day for me doing that. And now it's little kid stuff, teenager stuff. You know what I mean? I wanted to get in a fight with this fucking guy. It was stupid shit back then. Even I felt bad. Now imagine you fucking having a foundation, a family, kids, you grew up together, you fucking had everything, you had a business, and you fucked it all up just for some vajayjay. It's just for some vagina. It's fucked up. And then you end up you end up making yourself look like a fucking victim. And chances are your kids may not see you, especially if you were a little bit abusive, which I will admit my dad was kind of like that with my sisters. Only once or twice. But then again, I don't know the full story. There's probably more. Nothing sexual. I don't want you four people or the people I talk to behind the scenes think that, oh, did your dad do something sexual? No, it has nothing to do with that. But yeah. Anyways, let's get back to the second part of why my father got pissed. He finally got convinced of going over here to California, and he was hoping that everybody will see him. Well, that's not really going to happen. That's not really going to happen because everybody's busy and some don't want to see you. Okay. And that's the reality of my father's life with his actual kids. And, my father told me about it, that he was going to show up and everything. Okay, cool. Oh, and one other thing. If you have a family and you fucking do end up cheating, guess what? Chances are you might make your partner not fucking, trust anybody after that. So thank you very much for fucking any of those people who did that to women or guys out there who don't want to trust anybody anymore. So fuck you very much. You do that shit. But anyways, my father told me he was going to come. He just wasn't too sure. So I was waiting for his phone call, and I was unemployed at the time. And I remember I looked at my phone one time, and there was a text from about a week ago, and I thought it was one of those like those spam calls saying, "Hello, my name is blank. Are you interested in this and that?" Well, you know how when you look at the phone, it shows the first sentences. When I saw it, it said, "Hello, hey Roger, it's blank," and I thought that was one of those spam calls. Then I looked at it again a week later, and it was my dad's wife's daughter saying, "Hey, it's me, Roger. Your dad's here. He wants to know if you want." I was like, "Oh no, he was already here. Why the hell did he not call me?" And then next thing you know, I don't know what happened that day, or I text my sis, but my sis was telling me my father's pissed off with us. He said, "Go fuck yourself. I went there. Nobody didn't want to show up. and I'm fucking angry that I came all the way over here. Nobody doesn't give a shit about. I don't know if he said that. I'm not quoting, but he was basically angry, thinking that we all didn't want to see him. That wasn't the case. I was hoping my dad was going to call me. I was hoping he was going to give me a call and say, "Hey, son, I'm already here." I was expecting that. I wasn't expecting his wife's daughter give me a call, and it's like, dude, like I was like, fuck, I miss my dad. And then he got mad. He don't want to talk to nobody. He said, fuck you guys. I ain't giving you shit or none. I'm like, I'm telling myself, Dad, this isn't really about the money. I'm telling myself, Dad, you think every time I call you in the back of my head, I'm telling myself, man, I got to call him up. If I want to make sure I get the money when he dies. Guess what? My mother was actually doing that. My mother sometimes said, hey, you need to call your dad. You know, remember, he has money. I'm like, Dad, Mom, I don't think about my dad because he has money. I do not want to be those type of people that when he dies, like, ooh, where's the money? Fuck that shit. My dad comes first. You know what I mean? Fuck the money. The money comes second. You know what I mean? Same thing when he was passing away. You know, I wasn't thinking about the money. I was like, yeah, he has money, but you know, I was thinking mostly about my dad there. And when his wife was willing to give me the money right there in the motel lobby the second day after his passing, several hours after his passing, I told them in front of his daughter in the hotel lobby that, listen, let's talk about the money afterwards. Let's focus on my dad first. You know what I mean? Maybe I should have accepted it. But then again, I gave them the benefit of a doubt, thinking they were going to fulfill my father's wish. I'm pretty sure 100% they know about the money that he was supposed to give us after his passing. I gave them the benefit of a doubt, thinking they will fulfill it, thinking they will do it. You know what I mean? I thought they were going to do it to prove to a person like my mother that she wasn't going to take the money. And she fucking did it anyway. She took the fucking money. I find it hard to believe for the last 20 years, my father said there's money. Remember the fucking computer that got destroyed because my cat pissed on it? Well, let me tell you a little story. That computer was purchased because my father helped me out on it. Okay? And because at the time I was making money, but I didn't want her to spend it, et cetera, right? And also at the time, Meow was going through that fucking cancer shit. So I was thinking about saving the money and getting the medication because my cat comes first. And my father was willing to help me out with the fucking money to get the computer. My father told me this, son, I'll help you get the computer. What I'll do is that I will get the money out of your will that I have saved up for you, you know, and I'll send you that. So that's another evidence right there that my father did have money. And then, of course, his wife told me hours after his passing in front of my sister and her daughter that my father had money. And then finally, when it was time, as 2 months passed by, there's no money. There's no money at all. Yeah, I'll watch your messages. I just wanted to talk about this. Let me look at your messages now. So it's like, you know, it sucks. And all I could say is don't ever say you loved him. You could say it, but you truly don't fucking love my dad. You knew he had money saved up. And you want to give that money to your kids, go ahead. I'm not going to wish any bad karma to his kids' children. Whatever. I don't know them. But you damn fucking know that money was supposed to go to us. I find it hard to believe that you didn't know about this. I find it hard to believe that, you know, it was bad enough that you took my father's motel business behind his back. But now you're going to take the money from the bakery. Now your daughter tells us that the bakery money is going to go towards them. I could easily say, I hope they fucking suffer when they die, but what's the point? I'm not that kind of person, dude. Para qué? For what? For what? Why am I going to go wish karma? I wish them the best of life. Shove the money up your ass. But don't ever say or think that you're fucking religious good people, because you're not. Not saying you guys deserve bad karma, suffering. Of course not. Have the best life. Keep the money. But you'd never really love my dad. You never loved him. Hell, even my father told us he doesn't trust you. He doesn't trust him. If that's the case, why did you still been with him? Why? And also, if you thought that they were going to give the money to us if something were to happen, why did you thought that was a good idea if you never trusted them in the first place? Especially the fact that they took the motel behind your back. I don't know. I'm moving on. I'd rather use my work money to get something hopefully in a year or two. I'm aiming for a year. It would have been a guarantee if I got money from it for next year, but we'll see what happens. RV, mobile home, apartment, house? No, fuck no, not a house. I mean, getting a house will probably be much more affordable than a mobile home if it was in Anaheim for some fucking reason. I don't understand that. Mobile homes are supposed to be cheaper, but areas in Anaheim have the audacity to charge. Maybe it's because fucking Disneyland is there, but I don't give a shit about Disneyland. 2,600 lot fees. So, but you know what? I got time to think about it, and nobody ain't rushing me to kick me out. So I'm grateful for that. Anyways, that's the story. Ooh, I already said that. Hi, Uga man. Already read that. Hey, it's me, Sleeky. I don't know if you remember me. No time, no see. The name sounds familiar, dude. Marsh has been getting trolled crazy on TikTok currently. Will you get married eventually, Pipsy? I'm just focused on working and trying to do something like get a place. Listen, everything what's happening right now, I was supposed to do when moved to another state. Get a place, work, and then once I set everything and I'm paying the place and everything seems normal now, then I will probably be thinking of trying to look for a partner. Even though I haven't had a girlfriend since I was 18, 19 years old. Who knows? And right now, since I'm going to be settled here in California now, and I want to try to find something near my job, I would probably be considered trying to find something after I get what I want. And that is recover my money, which will be very soon, and then round up money by the end of this year. And let's see what happens next year if I get the place or not. Or wait another extra year to earn more money or get an RV. I don't fucking know. I got to do the research. And then once I do that, then probably I'll find romance. And no, I'm not going to see a hooker. I'm making so much. I'm making a lot of money now, but I'm not even thinking about seeing one. So don't think. Okay. Not to get personal, but your dad leave a lot of money. The problem is he never put a will or something. I really don't know exactly. We do not know the truth of what my dad did. All I do know that he was going to leave us money, but they got the money and they're going to keep it because they're good, God-fearing Christian people. True. Sounds like your father had a bad temper. Oh yeah, I inherited that temper. That's why that's why now I think before I react. Because I don't want to be like my dad later on where I do something stupid and then later on I regret it. And then I come and apologize. So, yeah. Yes, I'm seeing my messages, your messages. You will always have so many stories about your fam. Somewhat, yeah. Sorry to hear to that. It don't matter, dude, about the money. It is what it is. The only thing I'm happy about, though, is that I ended up not being that type of son that all I cared about was the money. I'm happy about that. You know what I mean? I'm happy. It's the same way I felt when I was, this is a completely different story. Now, I talked about when I was, that when I turned 18, 19, 20, 21, like 18, 19, 20, those 3 years were the most annoying freaking time. Why? Because I was at that age where I remember when I was working at golf and stuff. And then, yeah, believe it or not, I ended up getting phone numbers. And then it turns out some of these girls were underage. And I never went for it because I'm over 18 and they're underage. And I don't want to get in trouble. Even though I've had some workers who mess with with girls when they were 15, 16. I remember one dude, I'm not going to say which job it was, but we all made, well, the workers, co-workers made fun of him because he always got the phone numbers of girls that were 14, 13, 15 years old, and he was like 22 years old. What I meant that those years were the toughest, because I remember when I was working at some jobs, some girls were like interested, but they were underage and I never went for it. And it was very annoying because I was like, God damn it, man, what is wrong with me? What am I? What if I'm those type of people who are like into the like young girls? It turns out it wasn't. It turns out because it was annoying because I was 18, 19, 20 years old. And I was at that age where it's like there's a line, there's a borderline right in front of me. And I couldn't, even though I could have, and I had my opportunities, I never went for it. I never went for it because I've always been told that if you do, you'll get in trouble with the law, you'll be put to jail, and they'll mark you as a pedo. And it was annoying being 18, 19, 20 years old because I had girls who were interested in me, but they were underage, and I never went for it. And I fucking hated those years. And at the same time, I was telling myself, fuck, what if I'm those type of people? Turns out it wasn't. Turns out it wasn't. Hell, even when I had the opportunity with that one girl who was 19, and I was like, what, 2-3 years ago, I never went for it because she was too young. So I'm happy for that too. I'm happy I never ended up being that type of person. You know, I was young, trying to learn things as I was growing up. And the same thing with my dad. I learned that I was never, ever thinking about the money with my dad. Sure, there was times I was like, oh, it'd be nice to have it to pay off my bed and stuff and then use it to get the house. No, to get the RV or the mobile home or whatever. But it wasn't always about the money, and I'm happy for that. I feel like my dad came first. You know what I mean? Did he have kids with a new wife? No, he didn't have. No. There's no half siblings, Well, you know what? To answer your question, I heard rumors. It's not true that we might have, I may have half brother, half sisters in Mexico. Do we know that? We don't know. But what I do know that in my father's side, we do have a famous prostitute, a famous hooker from Mexico. I saw the picture. She looked beautiful. Don't have the picture anymore. I think my sister showed me the picture, and they were saying that she was a famous prostitute for Mexican politicians. Oh, wow. So, but other than that, possibly we do have half brothers, half sisters, but we don't know in Mexico. Did your sisters ever forgive your dad? I don't want to get into that, but yeah, some did. I wish Trump would have fixed this stuff like he promised. I don't care about politics, dude. You know what I mean? It's the same fucking coin. Both different sides, but it's the same fucking coin, dude. Some people are going around saying, man, I wish Kamala was president. We would have, dude, we don't even know. Okay, but it probably could have been worse. All right. Who knows? We'll see. I don't agree with this fucking war thing because I don't like the fact that I'm paying more for gas. But again, I'm not into the whole politics thing right now because I'm working. You see the difference? You know, I'm not into it. But we'll see what happens for the next 3 years. If this war is done soon, which I doubt it, but we'll see. But please, people, let's stop pretending that the gas somehow went high for the first time. The gas has always been high, especially if you live in a state like fucking California with all this fucking regulations they put. It's like they're putting all this shit to try to force people to go get an electric car. It just seems that way. It's like, are you trying to get us to get a fucking a fucking electric car, knowing that you guys don't even have a good grid? You guys have power blackouts during summertime. How are you going to handle fucking up all the cars being electrical cars? You know what I mean? I wish it was $4.29, dude. The cheapest one I found was $5.25, but the gas could go up like $6 to $9 a gallon. That's California for you. Especially when you get to Los Angeles, that shit could get up to $7 a gallon. Well, that's what I did saw one price that was $9 under Biden. But yeah, dude. It's like people stop pretending the fucking gas is somehow fucking all of a sudden high now. When you guys were the same people who told us that the president has no control on gas. Okay, true. Well, I guess. I don't know. I don't know. I haven't been into this shit because I've been busy with work now. You know what I mean? I haven't had a girlfriend since I was around the same age. I'm almost 21, but I'm just waiting till I reach my goals. Yeah, you're kind of like me. Then maybe I'll see about it too. I'll see about it too. It makes us, I mean, I make it easy. Like I'm saying, I'll see about it too. But you know what? I haven't had a girlfriend since I was 18. So it's been a long time. So it's been over 22, 23 years. So we'll see what happens. I don't know. Am I very quiet? Am I like putting my head down when I see a girl? No, of course not. I sometimes talk, you know? Are you referring to Edgar? No, not Edgar. I totally forgot about that guy. It's no, just don't go for it. You'll ruin your life and theirs. Yeah, the divorce and all, like cheating and all that. Like I said, if you end up cheating with somebody, um, I don't agree with it. But if you have a family, that's far worse. I will never date anyone younger than 2 years. There's a lot of people who do it, man. There's some people fucking around their 60s are dating women around their 30s and all that. More power to them, but that's not my thing right now. How old was your father, if you don't mind asking? When did he pass away from? But he passed away from pneumonia, double pneumonia, something like that, and he was probably around his mid 80s. Already saw that one. All right, so before I go, what exactly you mean that Marshall's getting trolled on what do you mean Marshall's getting trolled? Yeah, because look, your messages are coming in pretty late. Yeah, because I get to click it. I'm on StreamYard, so I get to click it. Like, for example, if I go back here, I'm clicking on this person. Huh? Boom. See, I'm going back to 01. You recently said in one of your vids that you prefer older. Yeah, I've always preferred older women. Dude, when I used to go, John, the woman I used to go see was her mid 50s, dude. She was fucking fun to hang out with, man. Yeah, she smelled some nicotine, but she was fun to hang around with. She was a cool ass chick, man. Like when I was into Johnny and all that, she was a 50-year-old woman. Speaking about her, I don't even know what the hell happened to her. I don't know if she passed away. Rest in peace to her. I know she stopped doing it. I could find out easily if I drive to where she used to be at in downtown LA and just go to that apartment area and just say her name and just say, hey, do you know anything about her? I used to be a friend and all that. But no, like he has two trolls. Oh, yeah. Well, last time I checked a couple days ago, he was rambling on about fucking Eminem again. Like, I wish Eminem will. It's like, oh, fuck off, dude. You're so fucking boring now, Marshall, dude. It was fun when you were on YouTube just talking about this shit and you reacted to people. But you fucking went to hide on a crappy platform. And then you're doing the same thing, but in the most boring way. You're putting these posts. It's so freaking lame, dude. He's boring now. He's just so fucking lame. It's like, dude, if you're gonna be here, make videos if you walk in the woods or something. If you're gonna be hiding, then fucking do videos here on TikTok. Do the same way what you used to do, and that's it. Why are you doing it in this format? It's so fucking lame. Just wondering, do you still troll Marshall? Oh, I was hoping to troll Marshall, but again, my job. The last video I did was his with the puppet and with drawings, and it's on Rumble. Because I'm an incel, damn it. So let me see. How do I set this thing up? Let me see. Okay, you put. See, I haven't been here in a while, so I'm a little bit. All right, audio's on. There you go. I just got onto this page. So of course, I could see right away, he's talking about the fucking Eminem albums, and I can't go back to making YouTube videos, not unless the platform allows freedom of speech. How many cats I have? Oh wait, hold on. How many cats I have? I have 3 right now. They're good and all that. Marshall, freedom of speech. YouTube is a private company, right? They could do whatever they want. And as much as I dislike this platform now, the way it has become, they could do whatever they want with this. All right? If you don't like it, go to freaking Rumble. They allow people to say what they want. Well, I'm sure. Well, it says right here, check it out. He says something about Rumble. Please, Paul, make a Rumble and you can speak freely. Of course. Yeah, I may just have to settle for that, but it will never be as popular as YouTube. Not to mention, not enough people are using Rumble. I probably wouldn't get as much comments on Rumble as I would in a YouTube video. It would most likely take me much longer to become noticed. Then be noticed. Fucking be noticed. People are gonna know. Once you start posting, I'm gonna start putting a video on YouTube saying, "Hey guys, Marshall is on Rumble. Here's the link." There you go. You got your trolls to let you know. Didn't you have 5 cats? Yeah, 2 of them had passed. R.I.P. And somebody's reposting your old Marshall Brennan videos and tagging him to them. Yeah. The Isaac Holmes boy account is Mortal Kombat, I think. Oh, really? Actually, let me read this thing. I hate TikTok so much, man. I really want to go back to making YouTube videos. I really do. And to tell you the honest truth, I wish I could, but I can't. Why? Nobody's not forcing you, dude. You know why I am unable to go back to making YouTube videos? Is because I am not able to spew forth my hatred of modern women and society as a whole. I cannot openly spread misogyny and sexism against women, which I absolutely should be able to do. I mean, after all I used to do on YouTube for all platforms for many years, back when I originally started I'm not reading this shit. Oh my God. I don't have time to read this boring crap, dude. Go make a Rumble account, Marshall. I know you don't watch this, but go make a goddamn Rumble account. Everything that you're complaining, Rumble's offering that right now. The reason why you are not able to do it on YouTube, because YouTube is lame now, especially when they implemented an AI that cannot tell from sarcasm or if you're just trolling or messing around or not. The thing deems it as bullying, hate speech, on things that you were just messing around in the first place. So yes, I agree. YouTube is terrible, but it doesn't change the fact that it's a company that they could do whatever they want. Don't like it? Go somewhere else, like Rumble. Jesus Christ, man. This guy Marshall makes it sound like, oh man, if I move to Rumble, I gotta remove my studio, I gotta bring it down, I gotta move all my boom mics, my green screen, my desk, I gotta get people, I gotta rent a truck, and I gotta bring everything, lift everything, and then I gotta take all of my electronics, my soundboards and everything, and I gotta my back screen, and we gotta move all of this equipment about 200 miles to the Rumble studio, and then I have to set everything up, and then I also have to go to the city and get approved to install this, and there's going to take Marshall, it's just you with the goddamn phone. You hit record, you make a Rumble account, it's easy, and there you go. What the hell, dude? No one's trying to be a YouTuber anymore. No, well, I don't know about that, but it's just so lame now. It's so goddamn lame. I like the old days. Dude, it was fun when I used to troll Marshall, dude. It was fun.
Do I need it? Am I
I swear this is double standard, and anyone who says otherwise is fooling themselves. Women can always get away with hating men all they want on literally on any social media platforms. Marshall, go outside. Go get a goddamn job and go outside. Now that I'm done with all this crap that I had to do at home with the garden and the backyard and front yard, I really am considering doing something this fucking Sunday. I don't know what, but I want to do something. Am I going to meet someone? No. But I want to go outside and breathe some fresh air. What I was doing before I lost the business I had, when I was going outside, I went to the beach and stuff like that. I was wanted to go to downtown LA. Okay. Go outside. You might meet someone. Yeah, I think he's 1 or 2 years away. He's like 1 or 2 years away. I'm not reading this. Well, let me read a little bit. But the moment it's a man saying how much he hates women, lashing out against them, and saying very hurtful, sexist, misogynist things about women, then and only then it's a serious. Well, I don't care. Marshall, I don't care. You know, I'm honestly sick of this idea that the only time that we as men receive unconditional love is from our mothers, which, wait a minute, is that the reason why you had a thing with your mom? Because she gave you unconditional love? Yeah, of course she's going to give you unconditional love. Because your mother sees you as their little baby boy. When you get to your 40s and 50s, if that sexy mother, if that little silver fox mother of yours is still around, God bless her. If she's still around, guess what? Even if you're 40s and 50s or 60s, she's still going to look at you as a little boy, as their baby boy. But that doesn't mean that you want to fuck her or have her jerk you off like you said you were. And yeah, YouTube AI, I'm just saying what Marshall has said. So don't think that I'm spreading bullying and all that crap. So Yodi posts live on YouTube. Yeah, that was the deal because of how bad the YouTube AI thing. The guidelines make no sense. They kept hitting my videos. This is why I privated all my videos and I transferred all my videos onto Rumble from old to new. Unfortunately, I cannot make any videos like I wanted, like the drawing episodes, because I only have one day to myself, which is today. That's it. Maybe I could do like a puppet video and stuff like that on a Sunday, but it has to be short now. It has to be short. If I want to do a drawing episode, I have to work on it little by little. It will take weeks or months just to release one because I work a lot of hours. But when it comes to streaming, it's always on YouTube. It's always on YouTube. Videos, new content, future content, whenever that happens. And old videos that I private, all of them here, are now on Rumble. So no one's trying to be a YouTuber. I already read this. Should pay for an AI voice bot for Marshall Voice to read this stuff so you don't have to. They have that? I have to look into it, man. I don't want to read this. I wanted to make a video where Marshall, I should do a live stream with the Marshall puppet next week. He's just right here talking, and then I'm just moving this shit, and then the Marshall puppet just talking with the mic. Hey, guys. You know what I mean? Something like that. Anyways, I got to go, man. I got to go have dinner, and then I'm going to go to bed later on. And then start my work week again tomorrow. Hey, it wasn't much on my day off, but I got to chill. Not really chill. I had to be outside and work. And then I worked in the front and the back and stuff. So, yeah. No, I haven't done any exercise because I've been busy at work. I haven't played any VR training because, one, the game is absolutely horrific. It sucks. It's total ass. And also because I don't have time. I could probably make time if I get up an hour extra. But the thing is, by the time I get back home, I eat, I sleep, and by the time I get up, if I wake up an hour early, I'm not going to get 7 hours of sleep. And that's important for me in order for me to function. So, yeah, I have to balance everything out. What would you do if Marshall's mom waved at you when you were in the garden and giggled at you? I would just say hello. First of all, Marshall's mom is an older woman. She's not going to be like a little fucking girl from high school. Like, but then again, they live in the woods, but so you never know. Okay, she's an older woman. I would definitely would make love to Marshall's mom, but she's a married woman, and I respect that. I respect that. Uh, yeah, she's not a little girl, dude. She's gonna go. Hee. No, she's not a little girl, buddy. No shadow boxing. No, not even that, dude. Yeah, I told you I'm not playing any games right now because I'm more focused at work. And then on Sunday, I have the opportunity to play. Like I could get on a video game every time I get back home, but I'm doing overtime. I will be playing video games. I will be working on videos if I was getting out of work and only did 8 hours. But because they're offering me overtime and I keep saying yes, yes, yes to overtime every time, I think it's getting to a point that I think they're starting to say, like, hey, this guy is willing to do overtime. He's willing to go extra hours. So yeah, I think as of right now, I already established that about me, that I'm willing to do overtime. It's like yesterday when one of the supervisors came and said, "Hey, I was wondering if you want to do overtime." I'm like, "Yes." It's like, wow. I like that you don't even stop. You don't even think about it. You just said yes. I put it like this. I may not be the fastest at that job right now. Okay. But you cannot fucking deny that I'm willing to work extra. You know what I mean? Marshall would be jealous. That would be funny though. Yeah, that would be funny. Marshall would be livid, pissed off. Do you like your new job more than the bakery? First of all, there are pros and cons between the two. One of the biggest pros about my old bakery job was that I could have made my own hours. I could have left whenever I wanted to. I could have made time to go on vacation. You know what I mean? Because I was like my old boss and all that, right? So I could have made my own hours and everything. But the pay, it was up and down. At the beginning, it was up, but it just kept going up and down because of the prices and all that. And sometimes I didn't get paid. I didn't get paid all time. This job, lots of hours, and I get paid a lot more. Basically, put it this way, right now, because of the overtime, I'm getting paid in 1 week that used to take me 2 weeks to make it my old job. So, yeah, the pay is good. The pay is good, then that's great. And plus, I'm the type of person that I feel rewarded by going the extra mile. You could say that I'm just a worker slut. I'm just a slut when it comes to work. I'm a glutton for punishment, dude. Would you ever play banjo with Marshall, Dad? Or no? I don't even know how to play banjo. If I did, I would have played it with anybody. Your father was good at making cakes and wedding cakes. He was good at everything. His biggest one was bread making, and he was good at making cake. My dad, listen, I can never deny that my father was a hard worker and a badass baker. I can never take that away from my dad. Was he an asshole when he was young? Of course, right? But I still love my dad. He will always be my father. He's always going to be in my heart. And yeah, if there's an afterlife, I'll get to meet him again. And then I'll probably tell him, hey, Dad, so what happened to that money? But I can never deny the fact that he was a badass worker and he was a hard worker who wasn't afraid. Props to you. You're a hard worker. Well, I got to work. Because for me, it's if I work more, I'll be like, hey, this guy doesn't complain. He's willing to go the extra mile. And I want to make myself look like I am a hard worker, which seems I am. And it also benefits me because I'll get paid more. I'm recovering my money. But I think in like maybe 3 more weeks, I'll be able to recover all the money I lost, or 4 more weeks. Hopefully. Let's see. And it's also going to benefit me because probably next year I'll get something. Move out and shit. Was your dad in your 80s? Yes. He was in his mid 80s. Is he barred in the same place as your brother, cemetery? No. He's barred in another state. He's barred in Arizona. Buried. He's buried in. My brother's buried at a mountain here in California. My dad is buried at another state. But where he's buried at, it makes a lot of sense. It looks nice. And I hope that I get to see him in 1 or 2 years. I would have liked to see him on Christmas, but I only most likely might just get 3 days off on Christmas. That means I'll only be in Arizona for 2 days and then come back home and all that. Maybe I'll try to see him this year, depending how the holiday will go. But other than that, most likely in 2 years. Because if I'm still at this job and everything's going great, then I'll become a full-time. Because I'm just a temp. I work with the agency. So after a year or more, hopefully they'll put me as their employee. And I'm trying to show them that I am by going the extra mile. I'm not sure what happened to Viking. I haven't seen him. He hasn't gotten on. Of course, he's not going to get on all the time because I only I'm getting on here less, you know. Anyways, I gotta go, guys. Talk to you. Remember we talked on Discord and he was saying so much funny stuff to me. His ex-wife will give you your cut from the will. She must. I don't know. I don't know if she will. She already said there's no money. What am I going to do? Take it to court? There's no way to prove that my father got manipulated or tricked. We don't got no proof to that. And even if we did, it's going to cost money. And I don't want to. What's the point? Fuck it. I'd rather go and fucking work and bust my ass and earn my money that way. You know what I mean? That's what I'm good at. I remember we talked on Discord and he was saying so much funny stuff to me. Yeah. He talked to me about stuff, but like I said, whatever we say, whatever I talk to people on private, I just keep it to myself. You know what I mean? That's how I am. Anyways, I got to go, man. I'll try. If I'm going to go live, you're probably going to see me on my phone driving to work, or maybe I'm at lunch and all that for like 5 or 10 minutes. Sometimes, rarely I do that. If not, you'll most likely see me on a Sunday, next Sunday. So, yeah. But you said she offered it to you. Why didn't you just take it? I didn't take it because this was hours after my father passed away. And I didn't take it because, one, this was about my father. This was hours. And since they mentioned it, I gave them the benefit of a doubt. Maybe it was a mistake, but it was about my father first. This is about my dad first. Once everything's calmed down and he's laid to rest, then we'll talk about the money. Was it a mistake? Probably. I don't care. Ain't no point in moping around about that. Mr. Guy. All right. Well, you'll see me like most likely every Sundays, and you'll see me live maybe for 5-10 minutes if I'm at lunch or driving to work. So I gotta go. Oh my God, the sleepiness hit me. That's because I did work outside. So considering the fact that I don't do like hard grunt work anymore because this job isn't hard grunt work. It's just long. When I did the yard work, oof, I feel tired now. Anyways, gotta go. Take care. See ya.